Hello, my name's Rick here at Monk's Motors in Waterford, Michigan. Have you ever had that problem with your late model 944 at night when you pull into the driveway, shut off the key, and you and your passenger cannot find the inner door handles? Today I'm going to show you how to install an LED light in the door handle bezel so you can find it as soon as you turn off the key. The basic tools you're going to need for our project today is we have some electrical pliers, some wire strippers. You're going to need at least 12 inches of wire. I'm using 18 gauge wire. Two different colors would be preferred. You're going to need a couple terminal ends. I recommend, male, female, so you can disconnect. You'll need a couple LED lights. 12 volts preferred, of course, and you want the highest lumens possible, 1,000 to 2,000 lumens. You're going to need the retainer clips that the lights are going to snap into, because that's what we're going to put into the bezel. A Phillips screwdriver, a 1/4 inch drill bit, a drill, test light, a small screwdriver, and maybe snippers. One of the first steps we are going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to remove the window switch bezel here, because actually the window switch runs off a delayed relay, which we're going to tie into for our LED light. The delayed relay is when you shut off the key on the car, you can still roll up the window on the vehicle. So we're going to tie right into that. As soon as you open up the door, it shuts off the relay. So we're going to take the two screws off on the bottom. We're just going to access the wiring right here. You have some foam. That way there. We can probe the wires for which one we need to probe for the delayed relay. The other thing we're going to do is on the door handle here, we're going to pull this back, and there's a little lever or clip on the back side. You're just going to pop it out, and then you're just going to pull the handle right on off. It makes it a lot easier when you're working with the bezel itself. And this is where we're going to be drilling a hole right in here with the 1/4 inch drill bit. The LED bulb that we are using is a 5mm LED bulb. This one here is 12 volts. I believe it's 2,000 lumens. So it's bright enough. We're going to go ahead, we're going to take this bezel off. It's tight up in here, so you don't have much room up in here to put the light. So we're going to just put the light right up in this area, right up in here, so you can run the wire. You can run the wire right from here to there. I like to use the clip, so if you have to take the door panel off, you can disconnect it. I always try to run about 12 inches worth of wire, just a little extra, so you got playroom. This is the back side with the switches. This is the driver switch here. I'm going to splice into the brown wire, which is ground, and this red and green wire right here, which is the positive. And that's where I'm going to tie my wires in for the LED light. What I'm just going to do is tie right into this red and green wire right here. The brown wire is the ground wire. We're going to tie right into that also. So all we're going to, you can snip it, use shrink wrap, and you can use butt connectors. You can do a simple splice, pull the wire back and wrap the wire around it, solder it would be the best thing. Then you can tape it. I would recommend doing the butt connector so you can put shrink wrap on it. As you can see, I've already spliced the wires and cut, stripped wires, probably about a 1/4 inch back. I'm going to just use a butt connector So I'm going to tie right in. I also have a heat shrink tube. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and secure that. Then I'm going to tie my wire together with the brown. Make sure you put that heat shrink tube on there. The wires are quite tight. It's crimped in. I just gotta heat that shrink tube up right here. Be careful when doing this. Like I said, I'm just using heat shrink here. Those wires are protected. Since my big hands may have gotten in the way, what I've done with the harness that I've made, I just spliced into the red and green wire with the wire that I have designated as my hot wire, and then the designated ground wire that I have, I splice right into the brown wire right here. So now what I need to do is run this wire all the way over to the door handle over here. It's easier if you have like a coat hanger, a metal coat hanger. I'm just using a piece of welding wire here. I'm gonna get the foam in the door handle here, so you may pull some of that out. If it's old, it'll start deteriorating. We are now pretty much done with this portion of the electrical right over here. I've already spliced in terminal connectors here. I made sure one was separate from the other so you wouldn't get them mixed up. Here I have positive with the male end and a negative with the female end, so that way there I can not get them mixed up. So if you need to remove this for any particular reason or replace the bulb, you can. Now I have the wiring connected here. This is a good time to test it before you put anything away or put it all back together. I'm going to hold the switch here, the door switch. So my partner here, he's going to go ahead and turn on the key. The light's on. Go ahead, turn off the key. The light's still on. It's a delayed relay, so you can operate the windows. But now you should be able to see the door handle at night. But when you open up the door, it shuts off the light. So now I am going to go ahead and drill a 1/4 inch hole that's just far enough up out of the way, right about here. Let's see, you're right about in this area right here. Then I'm going to put the tab in there, and I'm going to slip the light bulb in there, or the LED, and then tuck everything all away, and then we'll give it another test run. I have the hole drilled out right here, right there. That's the securing tab for the LED. It's a 5mm LED bulb. Make sure you drill the holes accordingly. I'm just going to pop that into place on the back side. You're going to push the LED bulb until it pops into place. You want to go ahead and turn the key on there for a second, Kevin? See, now we got a light in there. It shines right down in here. So now we can start assembling everything. You just tuck your wires up and out of the way. I place the bezel in place, the light bulbs in, or the LEDs in there. I'm going to go ahead, put the screw back in. You can see it's all lit up right now. We got the key on just so you can see that. The door handle is just going to slide right in place. There's a guide. It'll snap right into place, and then it'll lock itself as soon as you close the handle. Now you can see the door handle at night. Kevin, you want to go ahead and shut off the key? Okay, now I have the button push, so the door is supposed to be closed as soon as you open up the door. There we go. And you would repeat the same procedure on the passenger side, so your passenger can find the door handle at night on those dark nights. Now we're gonna put the light, or the light switch. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put the window switch back in. These break quite easily on the 944s. You just get them lined up. And then there's 2 screws that goes right up underneath here. It'll secure that in place. Now our job is complete. I do have both sides done. I'm going to turn on the key. We can see that the light's on in here. You can see the light lighting up in here. The driver's side, you want to show that? It's lit up. I'm turning off the key. So now the light's here. Lights on over on that side. So on a dark night, once you take the key out, you can find the door handle. So can your passenger. So you just open up the door, shuts off the light on both sides, and it works on both doors. Thank you very much, and please subscribe.